Omo woke up to find her child is missing. The morning sun filtered through the cracks in the mud walls, casting thin lines of light across the floor. Omo stared awake, her hand reaching instinctively to the space beside her. Her fingers met only emptiness. She sat up quickly, her heart already beginning to race. The mat where she had laid her son the night before was bare. The cloth she had tucked around his small body lay crumpled and pushed aside. The space where he had been was cold to her touch. Omo screamed. The sound tore through the quiet morning, raw and desperate, but no one came. The neighboring compound stood silent. Everyone had already left for the farms, beginning their day's work before the heat became unbearable. She stumbled outside, her bare feet kicking up dust as she ran. She searched the narrow paths between the houses, calling her son's name until her voice went hoarse. She pushed through the bushes near their compound, scratched her arms on thorns, barely noticing the blood. At the river bank, she waded into the shallow water, looking, hoping, dreading. There was nothing, only the bleating of goats in the distance and the empty landscape stretching endlessly before her. By midday, she had collapsed on the ground near the village center. Dirt covered her wrapper, clung to her tear-streaked face. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking. The men who had returned from the fields gathered around her, speaking in low voices. They shook their heads slowly, exchanging knowing looks. Child thieves, they said. It was happening more frequently now. Babies taken from their sleeping mothers, disappearing into the night to be sold in distant places no one could name. For weeks afterward, Omo maintained her vigil by the roadside each evening. She watched every traveler who passed through the village, studying their faces, searching their bundles. She imagined that one day someone would appear carrying her son, that there had been some mistake, some explanation that would make the world right again. But the child was never seen again. The village continued its rhythms around her. Farmers planted their crops and harvested them. Young couples married and drummers played at celebrations that lasted deep into the night. Children were born, grew, learned to walk. But for Omo, time had stopped on that terrible morning. She remained frozen in the moment she reached across the mat and found only emptiness, her life suspended in the space where her son should have been.